Yo, what it do, Raider Nation? Like always, man, we are back at it with another video. Big salute to the chat, man. Big salute to everybody out there rocking with me. I really appreciate you guys. As you guys can tell by the title, man, I got my two breakout players for both offense and defense. I'll have one and one each. So let's just jump right into that. I hope everyone had a good fourth. You know what I mean? Hopefully everyone still got their fingers and whatnot. But yeah, man, let's just talk about who I think will be our offensive breakout player and our defensive breakout player, just based on players who have already been with us. I'm not going to count rookies or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to touch up on the players that we already do have. Which one of these guys is going to step up and really be the next big thing for us, or at least make a big impact when it comes to game time. You know what I mean, and things like that. But the first guy I do got, guys, is going to be Trey Tucker on the offense, the wide receiver, as we know. As we've seen him play, man, the dude is a speedster. You know, we know he can catch. We've seen him catch before. And he has an eye for the end zone, guys. Like, I mean, I was watching his highlights earlier. I mean, that dude's always in the end zone, man. He, like I said, dude has hell of a route tree. You know what I mean? He knows how to get off defenders pretty damn good. And as well, just having the speed, guys, that's what we need. I do feel like with all the added pieces, with the O-line we added, especially with Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, I can see Trey Tucker really breaking out and doing something big this year. Now, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and break 1,000 or anything like that, but I do feel like Trey Tucker will have a good impact on the team when it comes to game time, just based on what he did last year. You know, he really went in there and did his thing. Now I know he's, he lacks the height, guys. I believe he's only 5'9", which is pretty damn small for a wide receiver in the NFL. Just based on too that these cornerbacks out here, man, 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", you know what I mean? Like we got some big cornerbacks in the league. But that's the only really thing I could really see about Trey Tucker, guys, would honestly just be his height. He can catch a ball. We know that. We've seen him make some gnarly catches. Obviously, we know he can run routes. And he, like I said, guys, he is small. So when I was watching his highlights, I was seeing the defenders lose him in traffic. When, like when defenders are both doing a post and they switch up, almost every time Trey Tucker's breaking off those and he's getting open or in the end zone. Another good thing about Trey Tucker, man, is the ball vision he has when that ball's in the air. As we've seen, AOC bombed it to Trey Tucker a shit ton last year. And I feel like, he can really track the ball in the air really well. He knows where to go. And even guys seeing Trey Tucker run out the backfield on those end routes, or, you know what I mean, the jet sweeps and all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Seeing Tucker come around like that to come out the backfield, he's very explosive, man, especially with his speed. We seen him, I think he broke a touchdown on a run, on an end around run. If I'm not mistaken. I was watching his highlights yesterday and as well as today. You know what I mean? And he showed a lot of good things. He showed that, he does deserve to be in the NFL. He did earn his spot. And with Trey Tucker being able to earn his spot, especially with all the talent that we did bring in. Now, I know we only brought in, a couple wide receivers in the draft, but, with the new talent coming in and him still being able to keep a spot just shows that he is somebody here. It doesn't just show that he's a pushover. He really has made a name here for himself. Now, like I said, guys, I know he hasn't had the most successful career with this, but I do feel like he will be okay. I have some stats here. Trey Tucker had 47 receptions last year for 539 yards, which is, you know what I mean? He wasn't the most targeted on the team. And we all do know our team was horrible last year, guys. It was nothing to watch. It was just a whole fucking mess. But if we could at least get him, because Jacoby Myers had 87 receptions with over 1,000 yards, guys. So I'm thinking, man, if we could just at least get Trey Tucker to around, I would say 65. You know what I mean? With about 700-800 yards or something like that. Like we'd be okay. You know what I mean? Which is going to be a little tough this year to do, but I do feel like Trey Tucker is going to be that breakout guy, just based on, like I said, man, we got Bowers in there that's going to be attracting people. We got Dante Thorin, Besh, Myers. We got all these guys now, and I feel like that too. Just based on that, there's so much to look at, even with Ashton Genty. Trey Tucker's really going to find his motion here, I believe. I really think Trey Tucker, this will be his year to kind of see where he fits in. And if Trey Tucker can't fit in this year, I mean, I'd still keep him, but I just don't see him being the starter if he can't really go out there and prove himself, especially against rookies. But I do have high hopes in Trey Tucker, man. I want him to be a Raider. I do think he has great potential, especially with the speed, man, and the way he tracks the ball. I feel like he could really do something here. Yeah, I feel like he'd be a great addition, great addition to another team, honestly, if someone was to pick him up. So I would hate to see him go. But the other guy we got, guys, is Malcome Koonce on the defensive side. And as we all know, guys, Malcome Koonce, man, he really balled out last year, did his thing. I went in there and had about 8 or 9 sacks, had a shit ton of tackles. You know what I mean? He really set the edge, really went in there and helped out Crosby on the line. But you know what I mean? And we had to realize, guys, that defensive line last year, I mean, I believe Butler was attending some things, and I know Crosby was out, but it just was not healthy at all. And you know what I mean? For Koonce to step up and go in there and do that, I feel like he can really do something with the healthy Max Crosby, especially with the linebackers we grabbed, guys. I feel like if those linebackers could really kind of just blanket those receivers and tight ends, and we could get a couple more seconds to get in there to get that quarterback, I feel like that's something Koonce could do. I love the way he sets that edge on the line. I do think he will be able to be a whole lot better with Max Crosby being, full potential, especially with all the additions we added to the line, to the D line through draft. I'm excited to see a lot of those rookies get out there and do what they got to do. But with Malcome Koonce, guys, I do think he'll be the breakout player of our defensive side. I do feel like he has a lot of good potential and he could really do something. And you know what I mean? Like I said, guys, playing with an injured Max Crosby just puts more pressure on you. But like with a full healthy Max Crosby, and we know Wilkins is out, man. That's what I'm saying. Koonce is really going to have to step up and come in here and assist his D line, just based on he's been a Raider. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you, man. I just wanted to come in here and touch up on who the 2 guys I wanted to. I'm hoping these 2 guys really do some shit this year for us. I'm hoping they really do break out. I think they will. I think these guys are two good pieces to the ones to the offense, ones to the defense. I really feel like these guys have great potential. These guys have the drive in them. These guys have the will to win, and they want to be Raiders. You know what I mean? And that's what we like to see. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any names in mind that you guys think that could break out, drop them below. I'm always open to see what you guys got going on, man. What you guys think. But that's it, Raider Nation. Everyone have a good one. Salute to the nation, and we'll see you guys on the next video, guys. Everybody take care.